Okay, we are using Gimp version 2.6.8 for Windows, and we are going to use Gimp to make a composite HDR image, high dynamic range image. And we have three images. We have a dark image, which I have renamed here dark image. We have a light image, and I renamed it light image, and a middle exposure between the two, which is more the normal exposure for this image. So what we're going to do first is go to the dark image, and we're going to adjust the dark image and then the light image and add those adjustments to the middle image for our composite dynamic range image. So first what we need to do is edit, copy, and go back to the middle image and edit and paste as new layer. And we have our dialog box open here. If it's not open already, just Control L will open the dialog box. So I want to change the name here. So I selected layer attributes, and I'm going to rename this dark layer. Okay. And now we can go back to our dark layer and make our adjustments. So we'll select color, desaturate, and average. And so now we want to adjust this dark layer. We can use thresholds or we can use curves. And I'm going to, just for the sake of demonstrating both kinds on this one, use threshold. And we can just take this back a little ways. And what this does is we're going to paste this into a layer mask. And this mask, everything that is black will be transparent and everything that is white will be opaque. And so once we get this adjusted like we like, we'll select OK. And I think that's good. So this is where it's showing up dark here. That is like a light colored cloud, and I'm just going to leave that, say OK. And now we select Edit and Copy, and we go back to our middle layer, and now we want to make our dark layer mask. We have to add layer mask, and I want to select full transparency. Show that here. Add, and let's go back here to our middle image and select Edit and Paste into. And then to anchor the floating selection into the layer mask, we just need to select the anchor icon. And so now we have our original dark layer and then our dark layer mask, and it's showing the white in the sky area where we want that to show through onto our main image. And so we can turn that down just a little. Okay. And now we're going to go to the light layer. And we need to make a copy, edit, and copy, and go back to the middle layer and then edit and paste as a new layer. And then back to the light layer. See how important it is to have those renamed. Can get very confusing. So now we're going to desaturate our light layer, and I'm going to select average again. and then we need to invert. And so everything that is black, now remember, will be transparent, so the dark sky should show through from our dark image. And we'll just adjust the whites and the darks here just a little bit. We can use threshold or we can use curves, and I'm just going to go ahead and use curves this time. And just bring that down very slightly, because this is the dark end of our curve scale, and then bring this end up slightly. So it'll make our dark layers dark and our light layers, or our dark portion of the image dark here, and our light portion lighter. Align. Select OK. And now we need to copy this, copy, and go back to our middle layer. And this is our middle layer. And so now we need to add our layer mask. I'm going to right click and add layer mask, and black full transparency again. And then we're going to edit and paste into, and then anchor. And that anchors our new layer on here. And I'm just going to bring that transparency back. We got just a little bit too much of something in there. So I think I would like to go back and try to maybe use the curves on the dark layer, because this is still looking a little funny in here. Otherwise we have, a good range of colors. Let me go back to the dark layer, and I'm going to undo the threshold, and let's try curves instead. So we'll go colors and curves. And so our goal is going to be to make the white more white. And so we're going to bring this up a little bit here. And then the blacks, more black, so let's bring this down a little bit. That's interesting. Let's see what that does. Okay, so we'll select OK, and then edit and copy. And we'll go back to our middle layer here. And I want to go to our dark layer, and I'm going to, let's see, I would like to delete the layer mask. And now we're going to add a layer mask. We'll use full transparency again. And then we're on the middle layer. We can do edit and paste into and anchor. And we can bring the opacity back up. I think that looks better. I like that better than it did with the threshold. So you can kind of see the difference it makes. We have a nice glowing sun. We can see the trees in the foreground. The ships are showing up fairly white. Ships, they're boats.